Psychedelic. Kenny Rogers and the First Edition. It is a Tuesday, 24th day of March, 2020, and we've got all sorts of good things for you coming up. Well, news and information that you can use. Yeah, and, we will share. We do that. We mentioned it is a Tuesday. And, of course, every day is some day. Today is cheesesteak day. You ever had a cheesesteak, Gene?
Yeah, I had to stop and think about that.
No, you have never had a cheesesteak unless you have been in Philadelphia.
Well, you mean that's their claim?
It's the Philly cheesesteak, and that is, other people try it. You cannot do it the way it's done in Philadelphia.
They've got some kind of corner on the market?
They do. That's why they call it the Philly cheesesteak.
In other words, if you don't believe us, just ask us.
Well, just ask somebody that has a cheesesteak sandwich from Philadelphia.
Well, I hope you ate it, because it would be rather stale by now.
Well, yeah. You have to eat it at Geno's or at Pat's.
Only places in the whole country.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's one of those things. Carne asada. You do not eat carne asada outside of the Imperial Valley. It's not the same, is it?
Yeah. I mean, you do if you know how to make it. My brother was a roughneck in the oil fields for years.
Okay.
He would go to a market and have them cut the meat. He would marinate it, and all of the guys would give him half their paycheck to eat it.
Well, yes, but that was Imperial Valley style. You don't let somebody in Dubuque make you carne asada. They don't know.
It doesn't really ring, does it?
Yeah.
Dubuque and carne.
My son-in-law, Tim, when he was working in Ghana, made carne asada out of ostrich. So.
Oh, okay. Ostrich. What did Richard Alford? Oh, flying lizard meat.
Okay.
That was what he used to call chicken.
Okay. Are you ready for our birthdays?
I'm ready.
Actor William Smith is 87. He was in Conan the Barbarian in Any Which Way You Can.
Boy, those were deep movies, too.
Yeah, he's 87 today. We mentioned Lee Oscar. He plays harmonica for War. He is 72. Actor Nick Lowe, 71. Dougie Thompson of Supertramp, 69. Comedian Louis Anderson, 67. Actor Robert Carradine is 66. Actress Donna Pescow, 66. Actress Kelly LeBrock is 60. Other birthdays today, actress Lara Flynn Boyle is 50. Actress Megan Price, 49. Jim Parsons Sheldon of The Big Bang Theory is 47. Actress Alyssa Hannigan is 46. Actress Amanda Brugel is 43. And actress Jessica Chastain, 43. Actor Amir Arison, 42. Actor Philip Winchester is 39. Actress Keisha Castle-Hughes is 30. Okay, you want local birthdays?
I want local birthdays right now.
We got local birthdays.
I understand how challenging this moment is for our families and our communities. That is why our state is responding at every level of government to slow the spread of COVID-19 while ensuring our most vulnerable Californians have what they need. But we can each do our part, and it starts by staying home. I know this is a big sacrifice for so many, but staying home saves lives. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Ada Isbell, Matthew Klemke, Albert Castro Jr., Cutie Barola, Angelica Cardenas, Angie Moreno, Margarita Green, Christina Parson, Cindy Salazar, Eddie Galindo, Gabriel Cisneros, Isbel Valencia, Jack Robertson, Gabriel Antaveros, Julissa Hernandez, Maria Valenzuela, Michelle Velasco, Ray Love Diaz, Ralphie Mesa Jr., Ramon Solorzano, Raymond Castillo, Todd Machado, Veronica Landeros, Vinny Rubino, Melanie Kakaktian, and Julissa Barrientos. Happy birthday from KXO.
You sure you didn't read 2 days' worth?
No, that's just one. Yeah, we've had longer lists, but hey, you can't go anywhere. Might as well, celebrate our birthdays on the air.
Yeah, have a birthday.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Well, let's see. Oh, today is also Chocolate-Covered Raisins Day. Let's hear it for chocolate-covered raisins.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, we've got news coming up, and we'll check in. We'll let you know the latest on the COVID-19 front. That almost sounds like something left over from the Cold War days.
Yeah. I think that's how they originally. I just say coronavirus.
Well,
Everybody
yes.
knows that.
Okay, and that would be the general term, and that works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot simpler.
Yes.
A lot simpler. You remember when the runway changed to the tarmac? That was some frilly statement that somebody came up with. It's kind of like throwing noodles and it's stuck on the wall.
Well, tarmac always sounds better than runway. Yeah.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
Are you ready for news?
I'm ready.
We've got to look at news. World in California news headlines right now, brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Update. Wall Street is way on the plus side after Senate negotiators said that they were close to a deal on a coronavirus relief package. Dow is now up about 1,500 points. Accountability was a sticking point for Democrats. CBS's Nancy Cordes says now
the Treasury Secretary would have to release the names of the companies getting this money within 72 hours so the public would know who got the money and how much.
The president's economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, is walking back some comments that Mr. Trump made about doctors shutting down the world if they could.
We're not abandoning the health professionals' advice, but there is a clamor to try to reopen the economy and perhaps I'll call it less of a shut-in.
And the 2020 Summer Olympics have been postponed till next year. Historian David Walachinsky.
I think that the vast majority of Olympic athletes will be relieved because they were unable to train properly.
CBS News Update.
Whatever the weather brings this summer, you can rely on a York Affinity Premium Comfort System to keep your home cool and comfortable. Our new Affinity systems are smarter, more connected, and more efficient than ever before, and cut your energy costs by as much as 50%. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, at 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system and learn how you can move up to a new level of comfort and efficiency this season. Call now and ask about our 10-year extended labor warranty. Contractor's license 696216.
California headline news. Governor Gavin Newsom says he'll close parking lots at dozens of beaches and state parks to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Large groups flocking to the coast and mountains over the weekend despite stay-at-home orders.
You're out there and you can't even find parking at a beach. It suggests you're not going to practice social distancing, and it may suggest you may want to find a new location.
Newsom insisting social pressure, not law enforcement, will be used as the primary means of carrying out the orders. Elected officials in Southern California in self-isolation after attending a birthday party at Trump National Golf Club.
The mayor of Rancho Palos Verdes and a former mayor, Susan Brooks, have both confirmed that they have tested positive for the novel coronavirus. They are now in home isolation. This comes 2 weeks after attending a birthday party for Brooks.
Correspondent Eileen Ferrer. Deadline for those getting their Real ID extended. President Trump announcing the government will postpone the deadline past October 1st. California was already behind in processing applications. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for service, you call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
At Sprint, our priority is keeping our customers, employees, and communities safe. During these uncertain times, we want you to get the great service you expect without leaving the safety of your home. Sprint.com makes shopping easier by offering free next-day shipping and no activation fees on our best new phone deals, like the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Lease it for just $0 a month when you switch. And when you shop on Sprint.com, you'll get a $100 prepaid MasterCard, too. For now, Sprint.com is the best way to learn about our plans, buy new phones, and get the services you need. Stay healthy and go to Sprint.com today. $0 a month after $41.67 per month. Credit applied within 2 bills. Requires 18-month lease, new line activation, and approved credit. If you cancel early, remaining balance due. 5G coverage limited in select cities. $100 requires port and online registration. Member FDIC, ships after 45 days. Offer everywhere. Taxes and restrictions apply.
It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 2 locations in the valley, on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning, the Central Union High School District has stated that a staff member at Southwest High School has tested positive for the coronavirus. The employee, who is not a classroom teacher, last worked on Thursday, March 19th. He first experienced symptoms on Friday, March 20th, and did not report for work that day. The staff member is now at home in isolation, recuperating. The staff member is said to have had limited contact with students. The high school district said they are cooperating with public health officials in fulfilling workplace requirements. All schools and offices are closed. Social distancing is being practiced. Gatherings of any size are discouraged, and the district is following the governor's stay-at-home order. Blood donations. Centers throughout the U.S. Are experiencing a significant drop in donations, and that's limiting the ability of the nation's blood supply to be replenished. El Centro Regional Medical Center and LifeStream will host a blood drive this Thursday in El Centro. The Bloodmobile will be at El Centro Regional Medical Center, their office building at 1271 Ross, from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. Eligible donors are asked to drink plenty of fluids and bring a photo ID. Safe distancing will be performed during screenings and in waiting areas. KXO News Time, 7:43.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 2 locations in the valley, on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. And Quick Lane has the best prices on name brand tires, guaranteed. Just ask your Quick Lane advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro.
In other local news, the state of California has awarded $100 million to cities, counties, and continuums of care to help the homeless during the coronavirus pandemic. Imperial County will receive an allocation of more than $250,000 in emergency grant funding, while an additional grant allocation of more than $270,000 for continuum of care has been awarded to the county. The funding is intended for measures to help prevent and contain the virus, and can be used for medically indicated services and supplies, including testing and hand washing stations. The money can also be used for such things as acquiring new shelter operations, increasing shelter capacity, street outreach, and acquiring locations to place individuals who need to be isolated because of the coronavirus illness or exposure. Totally, $100 million has been awarded statewide. The money comes from SB 89, which authorizes up to $1 billion to provide assistance to help fight the spread of the coronavirus. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Quick Lane, in Brawley and El Centro. They service all makes, all models, and you never need an appointment. We are counting down to Easter, and I have a great idea. When it comes to Easter candy, head to the Peanut Patch in Yuma. The Peanut Patch is open Monday through Saturday, and they carry many homemade chocolates. They also make their own fresh English toffee, plain or covered in milk chocolate. Pecan turtles made from a special recipe from scratch. They've got it all at the Peanut Patch in Yuma. Well, you're going to find a beautiful store, great people that are smiling and are going to help you. And don't forget, fudge? Oh, boy, do they have fudge. 80-plus handmade melt-in-your-mouth flavors of fudge. Check out the Peanut Patch in Yuma. You can Google the Peanut Patch in Yuma and visit them, thepeanutpatch.com. Visit the Peanut Patch in Yuma and get ready for Easter. Page 2 of the local news and weather, brought to you this morning by David H. West Insurance Services. For life insurance, health insurance, Medicare supplemental coverage, talk to David or Jose at David H. West Insurance Services.
Continuing with more local news, multiple local agencies are investigating a carjacking that occurred Sunday morning. Shortly before 9 a.m., a 2011 Chevy pickup truck was taken at gunpoint at the Heber Dunes off-road vehicle park. The suspect was said to be armed with a shotgun. The vehicle was spotted about 15 minutes later near 5th and Hamilton in El Centro. A pursuit with speeds reaching 80 miles per hour was started by the El Centro Police Department. The vehicle failed to make the turn from eastbound Ross to northbound on 8th Street and crashed through a fence at a residence at 8th and Sandalwood. The driver fled the wreck, but was located just minutes later behind a house in the 700 block of Sandalwood. The victim of the carjacking was able to identify the suspect, who was then booked into Imperial County Jail on multiple charges. The El Centro Police Department, Imperial County Sheriff's Office, and the California Highway Patrol are still investigating the incident. President Donald Trump has approved California's request for a presidential major disaster declaration. The declaration is expected to bolster the state's coronavirus emergency response. The declaration includes any and all individual assistance programs to assist those affected by the coronavirus outbreak and lessen the economic impacts of the crisis. It will provide additional assistance, including but not limited to mass care and emergency assistance, crisis counseling, disaster care management, disaster unemployment assistance, disaster legal services, and disaster supplemental nutritional assistance. Well, the Imperial County Board of Supervisors have issued new guidelines for public meetings. According to Governor Gavin Newsom's executive order, certain provisions of the Brown Act open meeting law have been revised due to the coronavirus crisis. County Board will continue to meet in their regularly scheduled public meetings, but will allow supervisors to attend the meetings telephonically and to participate just the same as if they were physically there. The public is encouraged to follow a live video or audio stream of the meetings on the county website. If you wish to provide public comments on a specific item on the agenda, you must submit your comment via email to the clerk of the board no later than 2 p.m. on Monday prior to the board meeting. If you plan to attend the meeting, you are required to maintain social distancing. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right decision with your insurance coverage, from health, Medicare, and most importantly, a life insurance plan. How much life insurance do you need and what's your monthly cost? We'll call David H. West Insurance today to make an appointment and get a free quote on a life insurance plan that's right for you and your family at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, temperatures will remain seasonable today and tomorrow before another low-pressure system moves through the region Thursday and Friday. More broadly, there will be cooler and breezy conditions. Warm and dry weather will return for the weekend. 75 our high yesterday, 52 the low. Wind gusts peaked at 36 miles an hour. Today will be sunny with a high near 78. West-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 54. West wind 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 75. West wind 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. 55 degrees downtown, 54% relative humidity. Wind out of the northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services.
During this difficult time, Burgers and Beer has decided to stay open at their Imperial Avenue location in El Centro with curbside service and using delivery.com. Hours will be 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, and you can log on to burgersandbeer.com to see the menu and order your favorite items. We'll get through this, and we thank you for your support and patronage. Call Burgers and Beer at 760-353-4431. That's 353-4431.
And it's sports time, brought to you by the Imperial Hardware Company Do-It Centers, Holtville, Brawley, and El Centro. The Tokyo Olympics officially postponed. The Summer Games moved to 2021. This makes only the fourth time in the history of the modern Olympics that the games are being postponed. Jumping over to the NFL, lots of things going on. The Patriots released Stephen Gostkowski on Monday, ending the kicker's tenure with the team after 14 seasons. Well, it's a move that helps the salary cap-strapped team create more space, but leaves a notable void at the position. And the Seahawks have picked up cornerback Quinton Dunbar from the Redskins. It'll cost them a couple of draft picks. And the Panthers have traded Kyle Allen to the Redskins for a draft pick after adding an XFL star to their roster.
Planning a home improvement project? Let your friends at Imperial Hardware Company lend a hand. Our Do-It Centers provide the sweet spot between convenience and selection, combining the value and variety of a big box with the ease of visiting a neighborhood market. Our helpful and courteous staff will get you outfitted for any task in no time. Imperial Hardware Company is locally owned and family operated, proudly serving this community for over a century. We carry only the best products and top name brands. Visit us in Brawley, El Centro, and Holtville to find what you need when you need it. Get it done with a little help from Imperial Hardware Company. Plumbing emergency? Clogs, leaks, and breaks are never planned. We stock a giant selection of fixtures and fittings to help solve your problem.
Missing March Madness? Well, we've got it. Classic March Madness NCAA Championship games this Thursday at 5. Illinois and Arizona. Friday, it will be Jim Valfano's North Carolina State win over Houston. And then Saturday and Sunday, doubleheader action, NCAA Classic action on AM 1230 KXO. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you this morning by the Imperial Hardware Company Do-It Centers in Brawley, Holtville, and El Centro. Imperial Valley Volkswagen invites you to visit their brand new showroom. Imperial Valley Volkswagen, Highway 86 and Ayton Road in Imperial, with a huge selection of brand new Volkswagen. From the Jetta to the all-new Arteon, the flagship of the Volkswagen lineup. Stop by Imperial Valley Volkswagen, see the beautiful new showroom, and take advantage of huge savings. The Imperial Valley Volkswagen Service Department is now open. Factory-trained technicians to keep your Volkswagen running like new. Imperial Valley Volkswagen, Highway 86 and Ayton Road in Imperial. It's that easy. Financial news is brought to you this morning by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial Valley since 1991. The Dow with a rally right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average at 19,962. That's up over 1,300 points. The S&P 500 up 146 at 2,383. The NASDAQ up 376 points at 7,236. Meanwhile, gold up $74.20 an ounce. Oil is up 9 cents a barrel. U.S. lawmakers inched toward an agreement on a roughly $2 trillion coronavirus rescue package, according to the Washington Post, that helped reignite the buying appetite on Wall Street for the moment, after lawmakers yesterday twice failed to reach an agreement, sending stocks into a fresh tailspin. Losses on Monday came even after the Federal Reserve unfurled its most potent batch of stimulus measures to date, saying it would buy an unlimited amount of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities, among other measures, to stem the harm from the virus and unlock seized-up areas of financial markets. And according to Goldman Sachs, right now, it's the time to buy gold. New residential home sales for February fell almost 5% over the January level. Economists had predicted a rate a little bit lower than that. KXO News Time is 7:58.
CBS News is brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
Not just at Christmas, not just when it's convenient, not just when you remember. All year long, Imperial Valley Food Bank is feeding the hungry, because hunger is a year-round problem. Help the Imperial Valley Food Bank be the solution. Visit ivfoodbank.org. Be part of the solution.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 78, west-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 54, west wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Wednesday will be mostly sunny with a high near 75, west wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. 56 degrees, 53% relative humidity, wind out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Financial news brought to you this morning by the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Be a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Help out. AM 1230 and the Westwood One Radio Network presents NCAA Classic Basketball. Great games from NCAA tournament history. The series includes the classic 1979 matchup between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. TCU versus Georgetown. The 1983 championship game between North Carolina State and Houston. Some of the greatest games in NCAA men's basketball tournament history on AM 1230.
NCAA Classic Basketball is brought to you by Stan's Auto Body in El Centro, a name you can trust. Julie Oliver of Dickey Insurance Services, your Imperial Valley Allstate agent.
Check out our website, kxoradio.com. You can also find us, follow us, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to the KXO YouTube channel. Doesn't cost anything, and you're going to enjoy.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kathan in Washington. There's hope here that Congress can push a stimulus package through today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average shot up 1,300 points just after markets opened for business this morning, holding on to those gains amid all the signs that the work will get done. Market strategist Art Hogan.
Markets are celebrating the fact that we'll have three legs to the policy stool: monetary policy, fiscal policy, and healthcare policy.
CBS's Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill.
We're told that one extra day of talks did yield some results: more aid to state and local governments, more help for hospitals around the country. But now the pressure is really on to seal this deal and vote, with the hopes that all this money will help convince hard-hit businesses to keep their workers on.
I'm Stephen Portnoy. Despite the president's desire to quickly reopen the economy, his top economic advisor warns
there's no miracle here. We're not just, flipping a switch.
Acknowledging the virus will continue to spread, Larry Kudlow says the massive stimulus package will help get a damaged economy through the second half of the year.
We've got to keep those payrolls up and keep the small business in place to the best of our ability. That's why I need this package. Just vote on it. I mean, my message is please just vote it through. Get it done.
A stay-at-home order was issued this morning for Harris County, Texas, which includes the city of Houston. More than 4.5 million people live there. The coronavirus has claimed another big sporting event on the calendar.
2020 is an Olympic year, but there will be no Olympics.
The Olympic movement will be okay with this one-year delay.
Olympic historian David Wolochinsky says the International Olympic Committee concluded there was no way the Games could take place in July.
It would have hurt the Olympic movement more if they tried to go ahead when there was health problems for the world. So, in a way, they look good by doing this.
Most Olympic athletes, he says, will agree with the move, but
of course there will be those athletes who are at their peak in 2020 and might not be in 2021.
Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
There are a great number of unknowns facing America's airlines because of all the travel disruptions. CBS's Allison Keyes says a troubled aircraft maker has high hopes.
Boeing says it still expects a mid-year return to service for its grounded 737 MAX. That's the aircraft that was involved in 2 crashes within 5 months that killed 346 people. The company says it has $15 billion in the bank, but it needs to know that the credit markets are open for it and the aerospace industry in general.
Wall Street, the Dow is up about 1,400 points, NASDAQ up 400. This is CBS News.
Why settle for average? With Capital One, you can open an account with a savings rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
According to the 2010 census, only 13% of the population was over 65. Well, I wasn't part of the 13% back then, but I am now. And with the 2020 census, my response will inform funding for things like health care, public transit, all types of things to make 65 feel like the new 40. Yeah, okay, maybe the new 50.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Lowe's Pro Bonus Days are back with 5 days of pro-grade deals to help you save big, now through Friday, March 27th. Check out DeWalt's new lineup of 20-volt Max XR tools featuring Power Detect. And during Pro Bonus Days, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt Max XR with Power Detect brushless cordless drill and impact driver combo kit, now just $299. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Tool offer valid through 4/1. U.S. only while supplies last.
Lots of people are pitching in to help get supplies through during this virus crisis. CBS's Jim Krasula has got an example.
Truck drivers intent on delivering badly needed supplies are having an increasingly hard time finding a place to eat. The Quail Creek Fire Department in Little Rock, Arkansas is coming to the rescue.
They're still saying they're having a lack of place to park. We just so happen to have a very large parking lot with a side road that's pretty large.
Fire Chief James Church and his department are providing truckers with a hot meal at no cost as a small thank you in the coronavirus pandemic. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
A Phoenix man is dead, his wife in critical condition after taking an additive to clean fish tanks, chloroquine phosphate, similar to the drug used to treat malaria. That drug has been touted as promising as a coronavirus treatment by President Trump and others. Doctors advise against self-medicating. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc admitted in Massachusetts only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Greg Hobby, New Jersey. Michael Bro Gonzalez, admitted Louisiana. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. Mesothelioma. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been affected by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-578-2400. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of U.S. veterans and trade workers are at risk for the disease. Nearly $30 billion in court-ordered trust has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-578-2400. That's 1-800-578-2400. 1-800-578-2400.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230 KXO.
This is an ugly candy bar. Peter Paul's almond cluster. It bulges from the way they stuff those almonds and crunchy stuff inside. It's so ugly, in fact, we're not going to show it to you. But don't go away, we're going to show you something. Isn't that something? Believe me, it's better than looking at our candy bar. Funny thing, ugly as it is, almond cluster tastes just beautiful. Why people who make such a crunchy, chocolatey candy can't fix the way it looks? I don't know, maybe we should be on the radio or something, skywriting.